How to remember what you read. In order to remember what you read, you need to become a critical reader. Become a critical reader by knowing your purpose for reading the material, creating mental pictures of important concepts and ideas, and by asking yourself questions as you read the material. Finally, store the information in your long-term memory bank by discussing the material with others, rewording the material in your own words, and by reading important concepts and ideas. Part 1: Setting yourself up to read and remember. 1. Know what goal you hope to achieve by reading the material. Ask yourself, why am I reading this, or what am I supposed to learn from reading this? By understanding your purpose for reading the material, you will be able to stay on task and focus on the more relevant parts of the text. For example, if you keep in mind that you are reading the material for an exam, this will help you focus on important dates, events, and people. 2. Become familiar with the topic. Become familiar with the topic by doing a quick internet search. The more you understand and know about a particular topic, the more likely you will be able to make associations and remember the information better. For example, if you will be reading about Islam, type in Islam in your search engine. Then, click on an article, for example a Wikipedia article, and familiarize yourself with the basic tenets of Islam. 3. Skim the material. Before reading the material, take note of headings, pictures, tables, blurbs, charts, and opening paragraphs. Focus on the important information that fulfills your purpose for reading the material. Skimming the material primes your memory, orients your thinking so you can focus on important information, and helps you formulate a bigger picture of the content, which makes it easier to remember important information. 4. Read in short segments. Reading when you cannot focus is a waste of time. Therefore, to maximize your focus, read in short segments. For example, read only a section, or read for only 10 to 15 minutes at a time. After you read the section, go over what you just read in your mind. Increase your reading endurance by steadily increasing the amount of time you read each day or week. For example, if you read in short segments of 10 to 15 minutes one week, read for 20 to 25-minute segments the next week. Score 0. Part 1 Quiz: True or false? Reading in short segments can help you remember the material. Correct. Reading in short segments can help you focus more, and if you are more focused, you are more likely to remember the material. Read on for another quiz question. Try again. Tackling too much at a time, or not having a clear goal of your reading session, can make it difficult to remember the material. Instead, try reading in 10-15-minute sessions, then go over what you've just read in your mind. This practice can help you retain more information. Can you find a better option? Part 2: Becoming a critical reader. 1. Take notes. As you read, write down relevant information. The tactile act of writing will help you remember the information better. For example, if you are reading about Islam, write down the 5 tenets of Islam. You can also underline concepts, or write down ideas that come to your mind as you read. 2. Highlight important concepts. Try to only highlight important and relevant information. For example, highlight just a few keywords on a page. Before you highlight something, ask yourself, does this information fulfill my purpose for reading the material? If the answer is no, then it is best to not highlight it. 3. Link the material to something you know. Associate new information with information you already know. By associating new information with information you already know, your brain will store the new information in your long-term memory bank. For example, if Thomas Jefferson was born in the same month as your mom, by linking his birthday to the birthday of someone you know, you will be able to remember the date better. 4. Think in pictures. Creating mental pictures for the content you read will help you remember the content better than just reading the content without any mental images. Make mental pictures of important events, concepts, or people. For example, remember an important date, such as when a battle began, by imagining the battle in your head with the date in big letters. You could also try drawing out the battle scene and writing the date of when it began and ended underneath it. 5. Read out loud. If you are an auditory learner, try reading important material out loud. The tactile act of speaking and hearing the material will enable you to remember the material better. Particularly, read the important information you have underlined, as well as answers to questions out loud. You can also use word association to remember important facts. For example, create rhymes or songs to help you remember important information. 6. Ask yourself questions about the material. While reading the material, ask yourself, how does this material fit into what I already know and do not know? Why did the author mention this? Do I understand this concept or word? Where is the evidence for this statement? Or, do I agree with the author's conclusions? By asking and answering these questions, you will be able to remember relevant information much better. Score 0, Part 2 quiz. Consider these directions for brewing coffee, using what you've just learned about becoming a critical reader. The French press is one of many ways to brew coffee. One of its benefits is that it reduces waste as there is no paper filter, but I like it for aesthetic reasons. First, you grind your beans for a coarse ground. Which of the following highlights relevant information about brewing coffee? Try again. This sentence may introduce our topic, but it does not provide much more information about brewing coffee or about this technique. Can you find a better option? Try again. This part of the sentence functions more as an aside. It doesn't provide any useful information. Can you find a better option? Correct. This would be a good sentence to highlight because it provides relevant information about how to brew coffee. Read on for another quiz question. Try again. Too much is highlighted here. Instead, try to single out keywords or relevant information. Can you find a better option? Part 3. Remembering what you read. 1. Reword what you read in your own words. After you finish reading a section, write down what you read in your own words. This will help you assess which information you remember and which information you cannot remember. Go back and read the information that you could not remember or had trouble putting in your own words. 2. Discuss the material with someone. After you read something, discuss the new information with a friend, family member, or classmate. The act of discussing the content will create new associations in your memory. It will also help you see which information you understand and can remember, and which information you do not understand and cannot remember. Go back and read the information you had trouble relating and remembering. Then, discuss the information with a friend or family member again. 3. Read the material. Repetition is key to remembering any kind of information. After you read something, go back over the important concepts and ideas that you highlighted or underlined. Also, read the paragraph in which the concepts and ideas are embedded. After 1 or 2 days, go back over the content. Read the important concepts and ideas, and quiz yourself. Score 0, Part 3 quiz. After reading over the material, how can you help yourself remember what you've read? Almost, but this is not the only way. Reading is a good way to help you retain new information. Go over key concepts you've either made note of or highlighted to make this a more efficient process. Try another answer. Close, but this is not the only right answer. Writing down the material in your own words is a good way to help you retain new information. If you find areas you have trouble rephrasing on your own, then review those subjects. Try another answer. Almost, but this is not the only way. Talking it out with a person can be very helpful in figuring out which parts of the material need more review. Also, the discussion can help you think about the material from a new perspective, which could make it more memorable. Can you find a better option? Close, but this is not the only right answer. Asking yourself questions about the material is a good way to see what you do or do not remember. Try another answer. Correct. These are all good ways to help yourself remember what you've read. The key here is to make reading an active activity, whether you're taking notes, highlighting the book, discussing it with another person, etc. Read on for another quiz question.